Mick Mulvaney, the director of the White House Office of Management and Budget. He's someone who's charged with crafting and executing President Trump's economic vision. Mulvaney coined the term MAGAnomics to describe the White House's economic policies. That's Make America Great Again-onomics. And he defines it as sustained 3% growth. Well, Mulvaney remains an optimist when it comes to the president's economic agenda. I asked him what the latest on health care could mean for tax reform.
The tax reform is actually more closely linked to the budget process than it is health care when it gets down into the technical progress that will take through the House and the Senate. That being said, we had hoped to clear the decks of health care last night so that we can move our full attention to tax reform. What I think you're going to see the immediate impact from last night is that the health care debate will continue. Now, I don't think that the Senate can or will leave town until they've done something. They recognize the political danger they're in by not doing anything before they go home for the August recess. So my understanding is the Senate will stay here for at least the next 2 weeks, and my expectation is that they will pass health care, which is good not only just for health care, but also for the future of tax reform.
Let me pin you down on that just a little bit there. The decks are not cleared yet. What does that look like? If they're to pass something on health care, what do you think that would look like?
I thought it was going to be the skinny thing they had last night. In fact, I think a lot of people thought that. I don't know if the bill gets a little bit smaller. I don't know how it would get much smaller in order to pick up the necessary 50 votes. If it gets a little bit bigger in order to get the 50, or if they go into something completely new and different. All I know is that we still expect them to do something before they leave town.
I talked to a lot of investors here in New York, folks who say they wish they had more specifics when it comes to tax reform. We got that statement yesterday, that joint statement from Republican leadership in the House and the White House, Republican leadership in the Senate as well on the issue, but just 3 or 4 pages more. At this point, why haven't we seen more specifics on that policy in particular?
Sure, and I've heard the same sort of, not criticism, but desire to have more details. But keep in mind what you've got now. You've got something that's part of tax reform, first of all, that we didn't think we had, and that we certainly didn't have with health care, which is you have a basic understanding of the fundamental principles between the Republicans in the House, the Republicans in the Senate, and the White House. That's a major step forward, which is why I think they put out that announcement yesterday. And critical to what's, in addition to what's in there, is what's not in there, which is the border-adjusted tax, the BAT, is not there. And I think that means that we'll put that aside now for good as part of these tax proposals moving forward.